Alrighty, hello everyone, Latiste here. Hope you all are having an amazing day, an amazing week, and got some amazing, phenomenal sleep. And yeah, I hope that you are just enjoying your essence in your life, in your presence. So today we are going to be doing pick a card for mind, body, and soul. I don't think I've ever done a pick a card for mind, body, and soul. So this is at least out for the public and essentially, or just period. Um, so just being able to do that, I feel like it help kind of distinct some energy, and so yeah, I was just called to do that. So we're going with the flow. So with that being said and done, we have the first card, which is the Fall in Love card deck, as long as well with an affirmation deck that'll be coming along with it. Then we have the second card, which is the Animal deck. That is a pink color, orange color. And then we have the final deck that is going to be the I Ching deck as well with the Blunt deck. And then the Animal deck will be with the regular tarot deck. So if you're called to that energy, called to those cards, I don't know why I felt the need to say that either. But you got to do what is told and told what is done, okay? And let that be said. So again, this will be pile one, the orange and fall in love card with some affirmations after. This will be the second deck, which is the Animal deck, as well as the tarot deck with the pink color. This will be the third deck, which is the I Ching deck, as well as the Blunt tarot deck and the blue color. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay? And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. So if you chose card number 1, deck number 1, the Love on Orange, the first card that you guys have that's leading kind of the overall energy is Know Your Worth and You Deserve Better. So when I was just channeling it, it felt like the energy was very strong, very potent, because your card fell on the floor. It's actually the only card that fell on the floor. And it's just this understanding that it's hitting you at your core to know your worth, to understand that you deserve and want better for yourself, for your life, for the directions that you're moving in. You're recognizing, okay, I'm knowing my worth. I know where I need to start moving, rearranging my energy, my time, and how that all works. So your card, you're feeling this at your core. Like it fell on the floor. Like this is, that's shuffle it, shut, boom, out. Also, during it, I got an email notification. I felt like that was very important to write down. So check your emails, kind of go through them, look at that other email that you don't use as well, as also what I'm hearing. Because there are people reaching out to you that also recognize your worth and where you're placing yourself, and recognizing that you do deserve better, you do deserve more in all aspects of your life, your relationships, your career, and your family, and your own self-care and how you treat yourself, your relationship with so many things, with your hobbies, with your passions, with your craft. So you're really taking it all in and recognizing how to shift and move your energy. We also got double check all things. First, I was just going to write double check, but then it said all things under it. And I feel like this is very significant for you as well, because your time started at 2:05. But I tried to pause it, and I thought I paused the button, as we possibly all saw when I pushed the cards off to the side. So it's that sense of double check all things that you're doing. Especially if there's a retrograde. I'm not typically want to pay attention to that, but if I'm noticing there's like extra delays or extra things just happening where it's like, okay, dang, that was a slight mix-up. That was just a slight thing that could have been. So just double check that as well. And that'll also help you recognize where you're putting your time, your energy, your efforts, and how everything works, okay? We got Give It Time coming up here in the reverse. Don't rush things. Everything takes time. Learning a new hobby takes time. Healing takes time. Don't rush things. This could be a relationship. We have short-term connection right on the other side. Your cards are just really coming out. And we have self-love coming in here in the reverse. Yeah, don't rush something with someone and neglecting of self. Because it's almost like when you're pushing it like, okay, this is where we should be, or this is how I feel like it should be. If you feel like you're not getting that from someone, maybe that isn't the long-term connection that you're trying to make it out to be. And with the give it time and the self-love coming in reverse, is let me know that when you're rushing things, bypassing things, which is definitely where that double check all things is coming from, you start trying to prove your worth versus knowing your worth and walking in it. Walking in what you deserve, walking in that essence of like, okay, I truly care about myself and admire myself and consider myself and think of self, even when I'm going through shame periods or doubt periods or even mistakes. But I still think of myself in a way that's able to grow and change. But when you're rushing things, especially involving another person that also has their own energy, their own essence, the way that they love themselves, care about themselves, and they're either going to join that with you or not, you definitely want to give it time, because your speed is not their speed. And if you're really dedicated to that, let it be known. But with this short-term connection, it could be, actually, it could be a long-term connection if you don't rush it, but allow yourself that even if it isn't, it has nothing to do with you, which is why this is your overall energy, okay? We have true love coming in here for you. Yeah, this is letting me know that once you recognize what you see how they're both looking at each other head to head, while this, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with a good, you know, little sweat and passion, but you don't even see the full figure of either of them together. Like they're both cut in a sense in half, not even in half, like in quarters, in pieces. So it's you, even this, if we flip this, is almost like it's coming together, neck to shoulder to head. It's kind of slowly going down. But there, you're able to see them on equal standing, equal alignment. Even with this, it has two buds here, two flower roses. So there is a partnership in that sense of recognizing that. Just recognize to give it time. That's how you get the truth. It allows more time for people to be vulnerable, open, expressive, you know, comfortable to put their roots in the ground and possibly be entangled with yours. Okay? Let's get some final cards out of this deck here, Spirit. Fill one more card in here. Just one. Yeah. And that final card is on the floor. Yeah, we got hidden agenda over here in the short-term connection. We got Pisces in reverse right on top. So make sure that this, yeah, and it's right under short-term connection. This, yeah, make sure that you're living in a sense of reality and grounded faith. Because Pisces have unbelievable, amazing faith, right? That 12th house energy, that extra dimensional changing mindset manifestation type energy. So make sure that when you're able to do that, you're recognizing these things. And again, you're able to see what is hidden. If you're allowing yourself to be illuminated in a way that's just like, okay, something feels like I'm cut off or cut into pieces. I can't fully be me, or they're not fully being them, and that's not what I want. So give it time to find the right people, the right person, or to grow with the right person, so that way you don't feel like there's always something on the back end. Okay? Let's go ahead and get some affirmations for you guys. Date for it and play. This card was staring at me. Yeah, and now there's nothing on the back of it. This card staring at me. Just allow yourself that. Yeah, this is on this side. Just allow yourself that. It's just for fun. Just allow yourself that. Because when you're going out of fun, you don't want nobody dampening your mood or energy. Definitely got that second house, Venus, Taurus energy coming in here. Fifth house, Leo energy coming in here. Express yourself, be vocal about it, and know why you are expressing that. Okay. Yeah, shuffle one more time. There we go. Thank you. Alright, Spirit, what do you have for the collective? My high vibe thoughts create health in my body, peace in my mind, and love in my heart. And that's amazing because this is a mind, body, and soul breakdown reading. And that's right over know your worth and short-term connection. Once all that is in there, that is what is going on. Shay. And the affirmations will be down below. I celebrate my progress. Awareness, not perfection, is the goal. Yeah, right on top, we give it time, true love, Piscean energy. Yeah. So especially with this being a mind, body, and soul reading, it's really, this felt like it was really pulling on your heart. And that's kind of where you're leading not only your spirit, but your body. So if you're leading with that energy right now, you might resonate with the love reading I did as well, but it's a recognition that there is still balance in all these things. There is still reality and that fantasy coming into life because of who you are. So take that into account. If your mind is still in a way, check in on all things. Because if that's where your vibe is creating, that's where it's moving towards, allow that. Not something that's fleeting, that's short, and that's why they want you to also just date, flirt, and play for fun. So that way you don't feel so intertwined in every connection that you have, spiritually or otherwise. Says, guidance is available to me now. I know that angels, ancestors, and spirit guides are always at hand. I do not walk alone. Yeah, so if you're unsure about someone or something and you really want to be like rooted and know that you're going on the right path, you need that extra, it's okay to ask that reassurance as well. Like it says, you do not walk alone. So you need that extra, like, okay, am I in this too much? Am I? Check in. Like I said, it's health in my body, peace in my mind, and love in my heart. Like card deck is fall in love, and it feels like you really want to fall in love with the environment that you're creating before you're so willing to invite other people in there. That's how you're able to balance those three things and keep them in a true aspect. Leading with those emotions and that devotion that you have to creating that in your life. Because there's nothing wrong with wanting that. Just make sure you're doing it out of the desire that isn't rushed or in negligence, of self for things, okay? So I feel like your body is ready, your heart and mind is ready. Just make sure you're not forgetting that spirit, all that work that you did to keep that up on top. Okay? So that has been your reading. Card number 1. Thank you so much. Alrighty. Pile number 2. Card number 2. If you chose this, you chose the raccoon energy. And this actually recently came up in a reading as well. But this felt a lot different than that reading. Yours, I'm even struggling to read the words on here, and they're written. It's almost like a weight, a heaviness on top of it. We have time to change, big loss, question mark, and then fierce yet afraid. And it's almost like this energy of acknowledgement of power, but also trying to escape from power that you have, from this creation that you have. And I feel like this big loss feels like it feels like something maybe you were like praying on or manifesting or really like working really hard towards it or voted to, but it really did not work out in a way that left you feeling prepared to do more, if that makes sense. Like it just, I don't, prepared to do more. I don't even want to say it ended like bad. It doesn't even, I don't know, but it just feels like that time to change coming first and then big loss, and it feels like it's wanting to change because of that loss. And it's like you still have this energy inside of you, but it feels like, okay, what if it turns out that way again? What if it turns out way differently? Or maybe it's feeling like you can't meet those expectations again, almost. But it feels like a power thing. Like you really stepped into your power, into your energy, and it's almost like, okay, can I do that again, or feel that again? Will it come out in that way again? Or it's like a situation that made you feel like a loss in what you did or what you have done and created. So yeah, it could have been an event, it could have been a project, it could have been a debut. It's something in that sense. Let's get some further energy, and then we'll go ahead and read the in and out of balance of these things as well. Let's get some further energy for 2. And with this being a mind, body, and soul reading, and it feels like it's a loss, it feels like a loss almost in passion, in your drive. So it feels more mental. Yeah, we got golden egg coming in here in the reverse. It feels more mental, like a mental loss. Like something maybe didn't meet your expectations, or you're afraid it won't meet expectations again. Yes, swan energy coming in here. Black egg energy. A lot of spiritual energy coming in here for you. A lot of cards jumping out, going back in. And it also has a question mark. So again, that's why it's like, it's not definite that it is like a loss of something. It's very like in this kind of in between questioning type energy. Yeah. Wolf energy coming in here, right over here, right on top. You changed something, which is why that change keeps staring at me like crazy. You changed something and shifted something inside of yourself that changed your family dynamic, because the wolf is about family. This card is about family traditions and values, and being able to accept and create your own while allowing other people to accept and do their own and not trying to force yours onto them. But what you have created, or excuse me, however, what has been changed, what has been created because of you embracing that power. That's why I said it didn't feel like a loss, and I couldn't really put it on. It's like it felt like something happened, and it's like, can I live up to that? Can I do that? You planted an egg, or you're warming up an egg, because eggs are obviously the birth. It's before they crack out of the shell and hatch. So it feels like you have birthed something, and people are able to take a look inside of that. And the golden egg energy is the throat chakra, I believe, or the heart chakra, excuse me, sorry. Heart chakra, I believe the black egg is the sacral chakra, but we're going to go ahead and double check on those, don't worry. But it's this energy of this creation, because swan energy is really knowing self and being graceful about it, being, considering kind about it. So this wolf energy being on top of the throat, it's almost given like this, that's where that fear, shed, afraid is also coming from. It feels like your mind, like your body feels eager, your body feels ready, it has already created this. Your heart is on the same page, but your mind is just a little bit like, okay, how do I keep doing this? Yeah, a lot of spiritual cards. The dragon is coming up in here in reverse. So you definitely shifted something within your environment, your community, your family, the realm of things, and it's like, can I uphold almost like this honor, this sense of things. Yes, starfish. Actually, we're going to pull one more card for you guys. And then we're going to get into the in and out of balance of things. Okay. Cool. Well, the card that fell on the floor is the Cobra. And I'm so sorry, that kind of moved over. There we go. Is the Cobra. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and get into these cards. But you shifted something with this being your major overall energy. Yeah. Time to change. It is going to be a time to change because now it's an adjustment that you're going to have to get comfortable in. A new comfortability, so to speak. Let's get into the raccoon. Okay, the keywords are talented, shadowy, and in the hiding. Some of the questions, which I'll also put your questions down below. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I'm ready to grow into something more? Okay, we have when in balance, generous friend, and exceptional artist. When out of balance, competitive and starving artist. To bring into balance, make new work. And I feel like you're at the part of making new work. You brought something into balance. You really came out and used your power, use your gifts, use your intuition, and launch something already. Which is why you have so many spirit cards, but also so many eggs. So many eggs. This looks like a dragon egg. And the fact that you got the dragon. So, and even snakes come out of eggs. So a lot of things that have hatched in your life is allowing you that abundance. So I feel like you have made new work by allowing yourself that. And right now you're just kind of in that part of like, wow, did I really, you know, you're still in that, okay, I can walk, kind of like a child energy. I can walk and I can discover new things. Okay, am I really doing that? You are. I'm reading it this way to help, okay? So we're gonna go into the wolf energy, which I believe is this way. Yes. We have guardian of family tree, guardian of family and tribe, activism, and ritual, okay? It says, contemplate the following, embrace all and exclude none. The fact that my voice cracks in that and it's on top of this. So, yeah, definitely allow yourself to embrace. I feel like not only all parts of everybody else, but all parts of yourself too. Especially with the previous questions, what am I putting on there? What do they really see? It's really, you really have to embrace all parts of yourself and then decide which parts to show, and not necessarily not being vulnerable, but being cautious so that way you're not overtly involved in other people's gaze about how they see you and feel you, right? And that allows you to accept them for themselves and move in a way that is balanced. When in balance, reliable, democratic, and fearless. And we got fierce but afraid. So be ready to take the lead, take charge. It's time for you to be the leader that you have hatched yourself and created it to be. When out of balance, judgmental and dominating. To bring into balance, practice letting go. You can't take everybody with you. You can't help everybody. You can't, you know, force them to drink the water. None of that, you know. So recognizing that will also help you on this leading journey, right? And being able to watch and command that energy and accept that for itself, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the golden egg. Phoenix. Golden egg, yes. It says message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound, right? So it needs warmth. It comes when you're very quiet and at center with self. It comes when you're prepared. And so I really, at this moment, quiet the outside noise is what I'm hearing. Quiet the outside noise while this gets prepared. Because the next one, this is speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. So this is the heart, excuse me. This is, did I not say that? I think I said that. Versus, either way, anyhow, anyway. This is the heart. This is the voice. It says speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. Again, it's that, should I be vulnerable? Should I be this? It's allowing yourself to embrace all parts of you, which allows you to embrace all parts of others and move in a way that is stepping into your power, stepping into your leadership, stepping into your gifts. So that way you're still able to have this open heart space for other people, to allow them to grow, allowing them to change, allowing them to experience their own eggs hatching and being created or birthed out, right? It allows you that true intuitive sense to balance your mind and body. So I know your body is doing it, spirit is doing it, and so sometimes it can come in a way of like, me. So just keep with a sense of recognizing all that you are and all that others are and could be. Okay, let's get into the swan energy. Swan is toward the end, I believe. It is. We have effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, and elegant power. And even right here it says an inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. Most definitely, like I said, you've already created the work. It's always just like this extra power has come in. And so now it's time to really step into that. And like I said, you do it effortlessly, you do it with ease, you do it with grace and compassion. So allow that to continuously be what cracks open that heart for you. When you're in balance, you have an infinite creative power. So don't feel like this is a one-time thing. This was, how can I top this? You'll keep pushing yourself. It's an infinite creative power. It's in like looking into the water. It has that infiniteness. Do some mirror candle magic. I love to do that myself personally. Where I just light a candle either on top of a mirror or facing a mirror. So that way it adds that extra bounce off of it, or actually using water itself as well for the extra cleansing energy. But being able to tap into that infinite creative power allows you to see the vastness of so many things, and not only what you're capable of and what you can do, but recognizing that this wasn't a one-time thing, that this is you calling your power, using your power, and allowing that to begin and be. When you're out of balance, you can be agitated, snippy, and lacking vision. So that's possibly why this is in reverse. You can be a little irritated, feeling like no, that was it. I'm going to do it again or this, or it didn't work. Whatever it is, it's like, okay. So you could possibly be doing that to your friends or your family or your loved ones. So check in on that as well and make sure that you're keeping that all in balance with your body and spirit, because of where your mind currently is right now, and just kind of recouping after that energy. Okay, it says to bring into balance solo time in writing. Okay, a little solo time, take a break from everybody if need be. Jot some stuff down. Let's get into spirit, which is the dragon. This is the solar plexus energy. Okay, seeing one's most true self and balancing the ego. Okay, it says again, it's that allowing. It says the dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with you before your first breath and will be there at your last. Again, it's that sense of self and recognizing that, but not being overpowering with other people. Still being able to keep that. So recognizing that, and still recognizing that if this is solar plexus and this is in reverse, you're able to really recognize all that you are and all that you can be. It was here, your first breath, your first hatching, your first birth, your first rebirths and deaths will be there to your very, very last. So this is, again, that infinite creative power, that infinite power source altogether coming from you. Don't lose sight of it. But I love that the starfish is right under it as well. Because the starfish, baby, it's like we're going to be seen and we're going to be heard. And touching the starfish and seeing one at work is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. Kind of creepy. Side note. But they're also very, like, gorgeous and amazing. And touching a dry one before, and then I touched my eye right afterwards was not a smart decision when I was a child. But yeah, this is letting you know that this is just, again, an obstacle mentally, but your body and your spirit is prepared to help you with that mentally. So if you need a break, take a moment, take that as needed. The keywords are, and this is water energy, sorry, is beautiful, alluring, superficial, or shallow. Okay? We have the starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Some questions and answers: am I being swayed by outward appearances? Were dreams about put aside to please others? So make sure that that's also not what you're trying to do as well. Can't please everybody. Like I said, you can't take everybody with you. Can't get everybody on the ride at this time. So take that for how it is. Take that for how it resonates. And never forget self and who you are. Truly, again, authentic self, authentic soul. When in balance, you are uplifting, artistic, and expressive. When out of balance, you gossip and feel empty. To bring into balance, positive friends. Get on up, get on up. I have no idea why I just heard that song in my head. Get on up. As soon as I said positive friends. So that can be some music, going out with your friend, just having a good time can be good for you as well. Getting that recoup energy, getting that reset energy. And then, just writing about it afterwards, creating about it afterwards, going off of that. So, yeah, I have no idea why I heard that. But the final thing that we have is the Cobra energy. Pausing, waiting, the inner teacher, leading back into that dragon, which is crazy. That fire energy, again, that solar plexus energy. It says, what would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? There is an old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Like I said, are you ready to be a leader? You gotta, come on now. When in balance, a student of life, humble and wise. When out of balance, a know-it-all and egocentric. To bring to balance, taking a class and studying. Okay, let's go ahead and get some final messages for you guys. I just have to take a moment to pause. It was just like, okay. But you're definitely going to need that and where you're going. A lot of this is about reflection. Like I said, you just gave birth. It's like expecting somebody to do something after they just gave birth. It's crazy. It's nonsensical. Let them recoup. You're going to need to recoup and regenerate, especially with a lot of it talking about the way that you look at self, the way that you think about self, your ego, the way that you compare yourself to other people or work with other people at this time. Allow that to be representative, You did it, maybe take a class on how to better edit videos or whatever it is. I don't know, just said that randomly, but whatever it is that you do. Maybe it was launching a fashion show, and now you're taking sewing classes because there was a few minor mistakes, and I don't know, and you're just like, I wasn't able to fix it without this, and now you're able to do it. We got wisdom coming in reverse. That is the Hierophant card in the major arcana deck. So again, it's time for you to learn, not just from self, but from other people, because you just launched something. Your baby needs a little bit of warmth. Because you are a leader. You're going to have to lead. That's what I'm hearing. There's no other choice. So make sure that you're able to do so. Yeah. We got prosperity begins right on top of the raccoon and the black egg. We have recognition and reward coming in here. And then we have trapped in fear. So we have Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords coming in here. Like I said, it's a lot weighing on you mentally, but your spirit and your physical is so ready and prepared for the abundance, for the rewards, for the growth, for that change. It's just that fear that you're trapped in, essentially, with your mind, that they want you to work on. So you really do need a break. You need a moment to rejuvenate, regenerate self. I'm seeing a lizard getting their tail cut, then it growing back. So it's, yeah, a little bit of that. We have 3 of Hearts coming in here. 3 of Hearts, oh my God. 3 of, oh my God, I can't think of it. It's like, oh my God, it has escaped me. 3 of Swords. I'm so sorry. 3 of Swords. Oh my God, and I'm staring at the other swords. I couldn't say, but I wanted to say 3 of Hearts, but it's 3 of Swords. That is where it's the infamy. It was like, I didn't want to acknowledge it. So maybe acknowledge something that you did have to change, like I said. Something that shifted, something that you created, change the dynamic that you're going to be doing it afterwards and how it functions. So take your time, take that ease. Any final messages for this collective? Yeah. And your mental needs a break. So read a book, get a book read to you, go learn something. Yeah. Destiny in reverse, right on top of the heart chakra. Recognize that you can change at any time, and both the major arcana cards are over here. So make sure that you are ready for these pillar changes. I call the major arcana card pillars of life. So make sure that your pillars are ready to change. Yeah, spiritual strength coming in here, which is the 9 of Swords, 9 of Wands, excuse me, coming in here. Be prepared to tap into that. Call on your power to help you with that restorative energy. Call on that guidance. Call on that help. Call on that assistance. You just launched something, baby. Maybe let's celebrate. You just let something go. You just release something. You just shifted. You just moved. It's powerful. I think, I was going to say I think that's all, but this is all. 2 of Pentacles, movement, choices, and decisions. Yeah. You are spiritually strong. You are physically strong. Use that as a help with your mental. If you haven't been getting enough sleep, or your eating is off, it's irregular, all these things. It could even be, your menstrual cycle. Just really take a look at the way that you are looking at situations, and if it's too much stress and pressure, allow yourself to just focus on something else, which is why they said study, journaling, self-care, all this, because once you start letting it go and focusing on other things, you recognize it'll all work out. Okay? So that has been your message, pile 2. Alrighty, pile number 3. You chose this card. You chose the I Ching deck. You got number 20 coming in here for you. For you guys, I got started before finish line was created. So it's kind of giving the energy of sometimes just wanting to do things, not really caring about the outcome, which can be a really good thing at times, or not really thinking about the outcome, or it's just like not necessarily thinking on the back end or possible repercussions or the overlaying the consequences of things, because we also got enjoy a good riddle, but it's almost like in this old-timey accent, like enjoy a good riddle, and I chose the I Ching deck because it felt like that's the spirit. It was like they enjoy that, but also chose the blunt deck to kind of give a little bit of a clear message, like, yeah, I enjoy to play games, but I don't like to be too confused or too known. And I feel like that also lines up with the way that you have been feeling and going about things lately, especially with this being a mind, body, and soul reading. It's just like sometimes your brain and your body is like, do it. And sometimes even it's your brain and your spirit and your body is like, okay. It's almost like, because I put uncollectively. So it's like, depending on who's in the driver's seat depends on how this is going to be launched. Is it going to be started with the plan? Is it going to be started with the goal? Is it going to be started just to start it, or just because it seemed fun? It's that type of energy depending on what it's going to be for you guys. So let's go ahead and pull out a couple more of these cards for you, and then we'll start getting into it. But it really feels like you enjoy a little bit of danger. I'm feeling a little bit of, it's almost like an adrenaline rush almost, or just, and it's not like you push it to a limit of being like, oh shit, like I can't be around you. You know, people say that. It's just kind of like you're one of those people that would be okay with hitchhiking. It feels like. So you understand something, but you're okay with the outward adventures. You know what? Why not? We only do. Why not? Why not? You kind of have that attitude, should I say, that type of energy of why not. But sometimes you don't finish because you just start things on that whim of why not, and you don't really think of the why sometimes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a few more cards for them, Spirit. Card number 3. We got 7 coming in here. We got 10 coming in here in the reverse. We got 21. And then 4 coming out this way. Let's go ahead and read these. And get into it. Okay, number 20. Let's get into you. 20 is contemplation. That's funny. We literally were just talking about how you guys sometimes just die. Or it's hard to get your overall energy for mind, body, and soul is contemplation. It says, wind above earth, contemplation brings perspective. On the ground, the air is still, but at a height, the wind blows. Standing upon a tall tower, one feels the purifying force of the wind. From this high place, contemplation brings perspective and clarity. The potential for spiritual power is fulfilled. So there you go. It's that sense of recognizing, again, if you're able to sometimes recognize the why instead of just going off of the what not, it allows a lot more clarity, and even said for your power to be fulfilled. Like I said, you can sometimes abandon things because that feeling goes away, that spur of the moment, that this, or you half-ass it after a while, or you do finish it and you don't like the outcome, you don't come back, which is fine, but it's this, you're not reaching the fullness of it because you're not weighing, like, do I truly want to do this? It's okay to be spontaneous and curious and just do it, but recognize it in a lot of ways. When you're starting projects, when you're agreeing to collaborate with people, when you are taking up a class, or when you're spending money and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do it, but then you buy things, you're like, I'm not going to be involved in that. Or, so really contemplating things, starting a new schedule, starting a new habit. It's like, make sure that's in a way that is, again, thinking of all aspects of yourself and how you operate, right? It's great to highlight. That's where you also got the riddle, because it's like when you plan something, your body has to try to figure it out. Like, okay, is this what we're doing? And so it's kind of hard to commit to it, because like your body is like, yeah, and then your spirit is like, but we do this, and then make sure that they're all kind of communicating all on one accord. Okay. The next card that we have for you is 7, which is the army. I love that. It says, water deep in the earth, power waiting to be used. They're using that word power again. Power again. I love that. Because we have the 3rd house and the 8th house energy coming in with 38, which leads to the Aquarius energy, right? That 11th house energy. Then we have that 4th house energy creating that foundation, and that's the final card that you have over here. So it's really pushing you to that limit, that Gemini energy, that collective energy, that communication energy, that being more than oneself with other people, that 8th house energy, Scorpio energy, death, rebirth, changing, but allowing yourself to change for that higher power, your power, personal power, right? So it says the collective power of the people to defend themselves lies within the quiet populace as water lies underground, waiting to be tapped. An army is not always active. It rises to action in times of need. A righteous cause will pull people together to work for the good of all. A wise and just leader will inspire discipline. So start really thinking things through, planning things through, so that everything, a part of you, is on one accord, one alignment. You know, it's like, I'm not going to set a time frame for this, and I know I'm going to be tired. Just like, let's start working this together. You know, it's like, I don't eat meat, but I know my ancestors sometimes crave that. How can we do that? Because I'm not cooking it. So where are we gonna go from? And so it's finding different things, like, okay, you enjoy this, you enjoy this, okay, we can work at the hour. I can put, it's recognizing I'm not going to push one thing out of the bounds, out of the limits, just because, without actually thinking about the goal, the outcome. Okay, they have to come together, they have to be unified, like synchronized swimming. Come together. We have 21 coming in here for you, which is biting through. It says thunder and lightning overcome obstructions. When an undertaking that is making good progress meets an obstacle, one must bite through with vigorous determination. Tentative or timid efforts will not serve. Thunder frightens and lightning illuminates. In the same way, the just application of laws and penalties will deter those who would obstruct the endeavor. I'm here and get your protection. Section talking about an army only needing to fight when necessary, and talking about discipline, determination. It's not a time to be meek. Get your protection up. It's not too loud. It's not like type of energy that they're saying it, but that's what they're letting me know. So this is like catching it before it gets inside, like setting that trap, catching it, and, you know, getting it out of here. So make sure that you are protecting in all things, and make sure that you are not only keeping it up, but mind, body, soul, as you sleep, as you wake, all those things, okay? Because right now it's not going to serve you. And that way you can get rid of those obstructions. So we have 10 in the reverse coming in here for you. One band, one sound. Conduct. I think, you know, read it. It's on it today. We have heaven over the lake. The weak cannot worry the strong. Sorry. This is in reverse. The lake is deep and contained, its direction downward. Heaven is infinite, its direction upward. The two maintain a natural separation that is neither harmonious nor inharmonious. Thus, people who have no need to interact can go about their business by conducting themselves in a neutral fashion. Do not create conflict where none exists. And that's in the reverse. So get your protection out. Ignore the bullshit. Let it go. Release it. You go about your way, they'll go about their way. You know, don't start something, won't be nothing. If you're not feeling somebody's energy, even though you just go with that energy. Again, this is not, it's time to stop just doing shit, saying shit, feeling shit just because it's like in the moment, why not? Or I'm feeling like, you feel like, oh, I can deal with the outcome, whatever it is, I can deal with it. This is not the time to just be dealing with shit just because you know that you can deal with shit. Don't just create things because you know that you can be the solution to what you have created if you're not going to really want to finish that line, cross that energy, or have to deal with that energy. Okay? Make sure that it is conducted in a way. One band, one sound, one army, one protection, one, okay? Allow that for yourself. The final card that you have is 4, Youthful Folly. Water below mountain, the inexperienced person seeks a teacher. A spring emerges at the foot of the mountain. The landscape will ultimately determine how the water will flow. At present, it is directionless. It rushes over the ground, seeking places where it can gather and deepen. Thus, the inexperienced person seeks an experienced teacher. The teacher does not seek the student, who must approach with humility. Yeah. So, therapists, Reiki healer, shit, nature can be your teacher, but getting on one accord with your mind, body, and soul is necessary. Having that youthful energy, having that support system, having that clarity. Yeah. Because right now, it's. I feel like some of it's ready. I feel like even your spirit playing. Not like that, but I feel like y'all all just not on one accord at this moment in time. Like everybody got their own thing that they're trying to do, and the higher self, like the team, they need you to get it together. And what do you find messages to your higher spirit say? The hell? That did not feel like y'all. But if it comes out again, we'll know. But that did not feel like y'all. Energy. Actually, ooh, it isn't. Spirit said it isn't. This is exactly why you need to get it. Like, as soon as it came out, I'll put it back in. Because they really do not want you to be worried about no extra energy, no extra people. They really want you to focus on grounding and rooting yourself, learning self, becoming more disciplined, becoming more structured. And that's not to take away from your fun or anything. That's why you got youthful folly, which is just joy, expression, being able to still be yourself. But this is, okay, now you're going to really have to recognize it's like eating 15 pieces of cake and knowing that your stomach's going to be fucked up afterwards. Like, don't do it. Like, it's like really thinking about those things a little bit closer and how it's going to work out for you, okay? We have onward and upward right on top of 7. So again, everybody is going to start to have to get it together. Again, this is the army. They only are needed when necessary, so it's starting to get it together. Call on your guides, the universe, the ancestors, God, and recognize like you got to start building that stronger foundation so that way that is needed. We got new direction needed. Right on top of the 20, which is the contemplation, the 21, which is, I forgot what it was called. Excuse me, biting through. Yeah, that was hilarious. And conduct coming in here. So allowing yourself to, ooh, that hit my chest, to really get in there. Yeah, we got new career path. This is something that's necessary for your good, for your benefit, for your best outcome. Yeah, we got reminder you're always on the right path. 777 coming in here for you. And 7 times 3 is 21, right up next to the 21 card. So yeah, you are continuously going onward and upward. It's like something is starting to function or click or recognizing you that you're like, one of these is not like the other. Yeah, we got big energy coming in here. That's who you are, especially with this being in, it's like, no. Yeah, your kidneys hate you. Hydrate now. Hydrate self. Walk into your essence. Walk into your power. Hone it in on it. Get some help with it if need be. Go to your local metaphysical shop. To wise counsel. Go to your grandmother if you need to. Yeah, liar, all the way over there. Ooh. These cards. There's more to this, dig deeper, right on top of the new career path. Yeah, they really want you to be able to just pick things up and hold on to it. There's something that they want you to stick to that you also want to stick to. All right, we have shut up and listen, and final verdict, choose wisely as well. Right next to the big dick energy. So this is really let me know, get everything up. So that way you know what to actually choose. You know what's recognizing you when you walk into the room with this energy. Oh. We got new love on the horizon, right on top of new direction and new career path, and your insecurities are showing. Like I said, this ain't even your energy. This is somebody else. Yeah, we got needs time to mature right on the butt of the deck. And then over here, they're very childish. Failure to commit. Shadow work needed. Oh my goodness. You could have somebody that's also very distracting, that allows you to get easily distracted or things. And no, we're not gonna put everything that has or has not happened on them. But recognize that, third party energy. It's that in between separation of self. Going together, get it together, going together, going in circles. I couldn't even say it. Get it together. Your mind is in one place, your body's in one place, your spirit is in one place. They're kind of bippity bopping everywhere. So take some time to really figure out each part of yourself. Okay? So that has been your reading, Pile 3. Thank you so much for joining. And until next time, my darlings.